Thursday, July 9. Welcome to CGN News. The Caribbean Court of Justice, the CCJ, on Wednesday threw out a controversial Guyana Court of Appeal decision that inserted the word valid into the consideration of votes for the election of a president. The CCJ, the country's highest court last week, heard the appeal filed by opposition leader Bharat Jagdeo and presidential candidate Irfan Ali. President of the court, Adrian Saunders, said in an unanimous decision that the decision of the Court of Appeal was null and void and of no effect. The court also said that the report of the Chief Election Officer, Keith Lowenfield, of June 23, cutting over 115,000 votes, is illicit and of no effect. The CCJ's ruling is seen as clearing the way for Election Commission Chair Justice Claudette Singh to immediately move for the declaration of the recount result, which shows that the opposition PPPC has won the election. A zone of special operations, ZOSO, has been declared for the community of Augustown in St. Andrew. The announcement was made by Andrew Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica, at a virtual press conference from Jamaica House on Wednesday. Holness said the community has been assessed as a significant contributor to the level of crime in the St. Andrew Central Police Division. For some time now, it has been designated a hotspot within the police area. The Prime Minister said that the presence of major gangs in the community, as well as a number of other less organized gangs, has contributed to the level of crime. The declaration of ZOSO, according to Holness, will allow for targeted measures to restore public order and ensure sustainable peace and enduring transformation of the community. Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Mottley, has expressed thanks to Bajan pop princess Rihanna for the donation of 4,000 tablets for schools. Just like other countries, Barbados was forced to shift its classroom setting to online classes as a result of the novel coronavirus pandemic. Rihanna, through her Clara Lionel Foundation and the Jack Dorsey Start Small Foundation to assist students, donated the tablets to the Ministry of Education. In a recorded statement, Mottley said education is the most important gift that can be given to any child, and it ensures that there will be no digital divide among all students. The main opposition, St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party, the SKNLP, is boycotting the formal opening of the National Assembly. The party, in a statement, said that the decision was taken after thoughtful assessment of the massive malpractices that tarnished the political environment of the June 5, 2020 general election. The SKNLP won 2 seats in the June 5 general election, but it has filed election petitions challenging the results in 6 of the 11 constituencies. The other 9 seats were won by the coalition Team Unity, headed by Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris. The party said that its 2 legislators would refuse to be complicit in sanctioning a system of apparent election rigging and voter suppression that has been promoted by the Harris-led coalition. The 6 election petitions, it says, are intended to trigger fresh elections so that the true will of the people can be determined. The Grenada government has postponed the planned reopening of the international airport to July 15. The Keith Mitchell administration says it has had to put additional safety measures in place as the pandemic has worsened in major source markets such as the United States. From July 15, the airport will accept commercial flights from countries across the Caribbean region viewed as low risk. From August 1, the airport will accept international flights from countries listed as medium risk, such as Canada, the United Kingdom, and other countries in the European Union. The government says that only chartered flights would be accommodated from all other countries not mentioned until further notice. Overseas now, President of the United States Donald Trump has been sued by the administrators of Harvard University and Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT. The universities filed a joint lawsuit against the Trump administration over new rules barring international students from living in the United States while taking online courses. The lawsuit comes after Monday's announcement from a division of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement that it will not permit international students on F1 visas to take a full online course load in the fall while studying in the United States. According to the student newspaper, the Harvard Crimson, the lawsuit is seeking a temporary restraining order and an injunction to bar the U.S. departments from enforcing such regulations on international students. The Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is reporting that the continent-wide coronavirus total now stands at over 508,000. On Wednesday, South Africa recorded another day of more than 10,000 confirmed cases as a new global hotspot. The true number of cases among Africa's 1.3 billion people is unknown, as its 54 countries continue to face a serious shortage of testing materials for the virus. Matshidiso Moeti, World Health Organization's Africa chief, describes it as a tremendous problem and a real crisis of access. So far, most testing has been concentrated in capital cities, but infections in many cases have spread beyond them. According to the WHO, Africa's health systems are the most poorly funded and thinly staffed in the world. More than 2,000 health workers have already been infected by the virus. Prime Minister of the Ivory Coast, Amadou Gon Coulibaly, died after falling ill at a ministerial meeting. President Alassane Ouattara said Coulibaly had become unwell during Wednesday's cabinet meeting. He was taken to hospital where he later died. Coulibaly, who had received a heart transplant in 2012, had traveled to Paris on May 2 for the insertion of a stent. His death has plunged the country in mourning and has created a huge uncertainty over the election. The 61-year-old had been chosen as the ruling party's candidate for October's presidential election after Ouattara said he would not seek a third term in office. He returned last Thursday, saying he was back to continue the task of building the country. Coulibaly was among the favorites to win the presidential election. The University of California, UC, has named a black president for the first time in the public institution's 150-year history. Michael Drake, 69, will lead one of the largest public university systems in the U.S. beginning next month. With a $40 billion budget, multiple campuses, and 5 medical centers across the state, the UC system is the third largest employer in California. He takes the helm amid budget shrinks and demands for radical changes to its admissions process to include more black and Hispanic students. Drake will succeed Janet Napolitano, the former Arizona governor, who became UC's first female president in 2013. A medical doctor by training, Drake has worked within the UC system, previously acting as the University of California Irving's chancellor from 2005 to 2014 and as the system-wide vice president for health affairs from 2000 to 2005. He later served as president of the Ohio State University from 2014 until stepping down this past week. That's it for CGN News. I'm Scott Wilson. Thanks for watching.